Hello, hello, my beautiful friends. It's the first Monday of 2022. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to freaking have a wonderful year. And I actually had a podcast come out today, and it was just like on my heart on Saturday and all the things. And I I know I've said it a million times before, but I'm going to say it again. And you're probably going to hear it again 20 more times before your life ends. Well, probably way more than that if you keep hanging out with me for the rest of forever. But I don't know about you guys, but when I woke up on Saturday, I was like, oh my gosh, I had like two really, really awesome feelings. And it was like, this is going to be the best year ever. I'm going to do everything that I've always wanted to do and all the things that I've wanted to do and haven't been able to do. And we're going to debt free this year. And I'm going to accomplish this with our finances. And me and my family are going to do this and this and this. And me and my husband are going to do this and this and this. And I'm going to read this many books. And we're going to go on this many vacations. My business is going to explode, right? Like all the things. And then there was this other part of me that was like, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm overwhelmed and I just want to go back to bed. Right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but that is like how I felt on Saturday. Right. And so there was like this excitement, new start, yay, happy new year. And then there was like this, oh crap, there's no way I can do everything I want to do. Who am I to think I could do all this year? Right. And one of my favorite quotes that I've ever heard, because it just brings me so much peace, is that people really overestimate what can be done in 6 months, and they really underestimate what can be done in 5 years. Okay. So I'm going to say that again. People really overestimate what can be done in 6 months, and people really underestimate what can be done in 5 years. Meaning we tell ourselves 6 months from now, I'm going to be debt free and I'm going to have a new job and I'm going to visit this and this and this place. And that's all going to happen by July and it's going to be amazing. And then like a week later, you're like, and I'm tired. And nope, never mind. I'm not going to do that. Right. But what about 5 years from now? And what about if I reverse engineer those things? And what if I become a different person in the next year? And what if I take little steps today, in the next 6 months, in the next 12 months, in the next 3 months, and then in the next year and a half? Where can I become? Or where can I end up? Who can I become in 5 years if I stay on this path, right? And you've been hearing me for the last couple of weeks, obviously, like New Year goals, vision, whatever, all the things about the trajectory of your life and where are you headed, right? But really, truly, remembering, talking to myself here too, that the day after perfect matters, okay? Maybe you set a goal to get on your knees twice a day and say your prayers, and you already messed up and it's January 3rd. Okay, cool. 364 days is way better than 2. Maybe you set a goal to work out every day, Monday through Friday, all year long, and you still haven't done anything today, and you wanted to do it in the morning. Okay, cool. Done is better than perfect, right? Maybe you're just going to whip out 10 minutes of jumping jacks. That sounds very boring, but maybe, right? Or maybe you're just going to start again tomorrow, remembering that it doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be a new year. It doesn't have to be a Monday. It doesn't have to be any of those things to keep going, to keep trying, to keep pushing yourself forward, to pick yourself up, to brush yourself off, to try again and again and again and again. Because in life, you will either succeed or you will quit. There is nothing else. And that has to do with everything. Your marriage will succeed or you will quit on your marriage. Your financial situation will succeed, whatever success looks like for you, or you will quit trying. Your coaching business will succeed or you will quit trying. Your health and your goals that way will succeed, whatever that looks like for you, or you'll quit trying. There is nothing else. Okay. You will succeed if you never quit. And if you just keep picking yourself up, brushing yourself off, it's not a failure if you still have air in your lungs and a heartbeat. There's still time. Even if you're 60 years old and still want to learn the piano, there's still time. Okay. There's still time. So don't expect yourself to be perfect. Just keep trying. Okay. With that said, I'm going to get off my little soapbox now. I wanted to chat today about why. Why have you set the goals that you have this year? And I want to talk specifically about your health and fitness goals because hi, I'm a health and fitness coach. I don't know if you knew that, but surprise, just in case you didn't know. Yeah. So I want to talk today specifically about why you have chosen whatever it is that you've chosen. And I want to do something a little different today. I don't just want to talk at you. Okay. I'm going to share a little bit of things and then I want to have a share. Okay. I want other people to share. This is why I do what I do. Okay. And if you're like, honestly, I don't really know why. And I'm really struggling with motivation right now to do anything. So help me find a why. Okay. There's room for it all. Yes. So first and foremost, me personally, you've maybe heard me say it before, but my why has totally evolved and changed as I've matured, right? My why when I was 18 years old is because I wanted to get skinnier and have bigger calves, right? That's not my why anymore. Okay, I have evolved, thankfully, right? I don't care about being skinny anymore. I care about my energy. I care about the way that I feel. And even on Christmas Day, I was having a conversation with my family-in-law and they were talking about like, my mother-in-law loves this Jell-O, right? And she like eats all the Jell-O and, and it's kind of funny, but we were just talking about like eating the Jell-O. And even in that moment, I was like, hey, it's Christmas Day. As long as you feel okay, I say eat the Jell-O. If you start to feel a little crappy, then stop and maybe save some for tomorrow. And I was like, it was just a tiny little sprinkle. But in that moment, I don't know why this is making me emotional, but in that moment, I was so proud of myself because the Bryn from 10 years ago would have said something about calories or something about you can exercise it off tomorrow or something about you've earned it because you've worked so hard, blah, 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 and this and this and this. But the Bryn of today didn't think about calories, didn't think about working it off through exercise and killing yourself that way. How do you feel? How do you feel? And if it makes you feel good, not just in the moment, but long-term, cool. Unapologetically go for it, right? If it makes you feel bad long-term or in the moment, how about let's not? It's not worth it, right? And so for me, that's my why now. And that's not very tangible. It's not like a pant size. It's not like a checked box, right? But at the same time, it is because I know how I feel and I know the type of energy that I have. And I've said it before and I'll say it a million times more. My dad passed away this last July. He was only 57 years old. Obesity and heart disease and asthma and diabetes and literally like stroke, all the things you name a health problem, my dad had it. Okay. Or my grandma on his side. Okay. Terrible genetics. Okay. So I know that if I don't do something to change my health, my habits, I know the trajectory of my life. I've seen it in my cousins, my aunts and uncles, my siblings, my parents, right? I have seen it. But that doesn't mean that I have to give into it. That doesn't mean I have to sit here on my woe is me soapbox and say, well, I guess I'm just destined to feel lethargic and be way overweight forever and have heart disease and diabetes and die young. Guess that's just the cards I've been dealt, right? No, there are things I can do about it. There are things I can't do about it. but there are things I can do about it. Okay. And you better believe that your girl Bryn is doing everything in her power to make sure that is not my destiny. So that's why energy is one of those things for me, because I want to be that grandma who doesn't just look good in a swimming suit. I don't care about the way I look in the swimming suit. I care about how I feel in the swimming suit. Do I feel confident enough to wear a swimming suit? Okay, cool. Did I say anything about saggy skin? Nope. Did I say anything about stretch marks? Nope. Did I say anything about cellulite? Nope. Did I say anything about whatever? No. I just want to love this so much, no matter how it looks when I'm a grandma, that I'm confident enough to, one, get in my swimming suit, and two, healthy enough to hold my grandchildren safely and go down that slide, water slide with them. Okay. That's the type of grandma I want to be. And it paints this awesome picture for me, right? And I have no idea if that'll happen for me. Hopefully the savior will come before that day, but maybe not, right? But no matter what, that's what I want. And that's what I'm pushing for. That's my long-term why. And that is why I show up every day. And it's not just that big long-term thing though, way out there, because that's like, my oldest is 5. So I'm probably not going to be a grandparent for at least 20-ish more years if he gets married young and starts having kids pretty fast. If he even gets married first, who knows? But there's a lot of years before that thing happens. So how in the world do I push play today? How in the world do I find the motivation today? Okay, well, that's twofold, right? Because I believe very strongly in the compound effect. And I need to make sure that I'm that mom right now, because that would be kind of lame if my grandkids got that experience, but my own children don't, right? So how do I feel about this beautiful self right here, right now? Am I confident enough to get in a swimming suit? Am I confident enough to go down the slide with all my wiggle and jiggle and cellulite? You better believe it. Okay. You better believe it. So that's why I do the things that I do. That's why I work out. That's why I strive each and every day to be healthy. That is why I am not perfect, you guys. I literally just had ramen for lunch with Shakeology, but I had ramen as well. Okay. I'm not perfect. This is not me sitting on my awesome, whatever box telling you I eat asparagus and broccoli and grilled chicken every day and that's it. No, nope, that is not real life. Okay. But I am trying. I am trying my best. And how is my energy? And along those lines of having energy, how is my energy positive or negative? Not just like Energizer bunny versus dead rat, right? How is my positivity? Because you can have a lot of energy and be the angriest person in the world, right? That's not the type of energy I want. So for me, exercise is also therapy. I also have a therapist, right? So I'm not saying you don't need that if you exercise, because some of us do, honestly, my personal opinion, all of us do, because we all have stuff holding us back. Just being real about that, right? But exercise is an additional form of therapy, because thank you, Legally Blonde, exercise makes you happy, right? Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people. In that movie, she says, don't shoot their husbands, right? But happy people have patience with their kids, right? Happy people are striving every day to live their best selves, to live true to themselves, to live their best lives, right? Like such a cliche statement, but it's true, right? So that's my why. That's why I show up right now, every day, even if I don't really feel like it, right? And we talked about it last week, why we can't rely on motivation, why we have to rely on discipline. Okay. So I want to get a share. I want to stop talking and I want to hear from you guys. Is anybody out there willing to share their why do you show up every day? Or if you're like, honestly, I really actually kind of need help with this, that's great too. So let's chat about it. Feel free to unmute yourself and we can chat. I was a teacher. I'm good at wait time.
Okay,
Yeah, girl.
so mine started as a screw you to everybody else. To my mother-in-law, who told me I would always be fat and useless and never be healthy and blah, blah, blah. It started as that, but it has progressed to I want to live, not just be alive. So it's very similar to yours, but I feel like I just go through the motions, but I'm not living anything. There's no happiness, nothing. So I have turned that screw you to everybody else into a screw you to myself. And that's my why.
I love that. I love I want to live and not just be alive. I think that is like mic drop status. That is very powerful. That is very powerful. I love it. So Nicole, question for you. What workout program are you currently doing and nutrition program? Just, I want to hear your.
Yeah. So I was.
Well, you are muted. I don't know what happened.
Me?
Yes, there we go.
So 10 rounds and 2B.
Okay. 10 rounds and 2B. I love that, especially with your like, screw you-ness. You're like punching everybody. It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. I love it. Okay. Who else wants to share, my friends? Why do you work out? Yeah, girl.
So a lot of mine started just because I didn't like the way I was feeling, and a lot of it is because I've seen like my aunts and even now my cousins. I'm the oldest of my cousins, so it wasn't huge now, but now it's like starting to feel that way. Like a lot of my cousins, they're all starting to gain all this weight and be unhealthy, and a lot of it felt like, like my aunts, they're all round, and it just like felt like it's in the DNA, and I didn't want it to be in the DNA. And now I want my daughters to love themselves. I want them to have a good body image. I want them to love to move and to feel beautiful. And that's why I do it, because I want them to be happy too.
Oh my gosh, I love you. And I just want to give you like a giant hug. I love that so much. And I could not agree more. And I just actually stopped listening to it because she has been saying the F word a little bit too much. And I'm trying to get better about that, to not listen to stuff that has nasty language. But there's a book called The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. And the whole book is about literally giving yourself a high five in the mirror. And she says, at least every morning when you wake up, when you're like nasty, no makeup, stuff is clinging to you in the weirdest sort of ways, and your hair is like, wow, seriously. But just like literally, like fingers to the glass, high five yourself in the mirror. And what starts to happen is you just subconsciously start to, even if no one else has my back, I've got my own back. And I didn't finish the book, but she like has gone into the science behind high fives. and the positive association that we have with high fives. And when you high five yourself, you're literally communicating those things. I am beautiful and I am lovable and I am here for you and I see you. And I haven't been super great at it, but I've been more conscious of it. And so even it's going to make me emotional again, but I'm doing Let's Get Up right now. I just started today because I miss dancing. I love dancing and dancing brings me joy. And I want to really just do more things in life that bring me joy. And so today I finished my workout and I saw myself in the mirror and I went and gave myself a high five. Right. And Sean was telling us, he's like, just put your hands wherever you want. Just put your hands wherever you want. And he just like talked to us. And I decided to give myself a hug. Right. And I was just here. And that's when I caught myself, my reflection in the mirror. And I turned around and I said, it's going to make me emotional, but I just said, I love you. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, right? I love you, Bryn. And then I gave myself a high five in the mirror. And it was like, there's not words, right? Like it did something for my soul that just like, we just don't do that to ourselves quite enough. But that can change, right? That can change. And what beautiful examples we are setting for our children, sons and daughters and husbands alike, right? That our husbands are not our children, but the people in our lives, when we truly start to love and embrace ourselves exactly the way we are, it's contagious. It really is. So I love that. And I just wanted to put a little plug out there for all y'all who need to give yourselves a high five every once in a while, or every day, or every time you see yourself in the mirror. That's what I'm trying to do. Every time I see myself in the mirror and think about it, I deserve a high five. And it's kind of funny how she talks about like, just pay attention to what happens when you high five yourself. I wink at myself a lot. What is that about? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a winker, I guess. It's fine. But I love it. Okay. Kylie said in the chat, oh my gosh, I just started doing the high five in the mirror just a couple weeks ago. I love it. I love it. And Marjorie said in the chat, I'm driving around and can't turn on my video because of getting kids, etc. She's doing carpool. But her why is that she wants to be free from emotional and physical imprisonment. She wants to be free. And I love that. I love that. And doing those simple daily actions that we have control over are really, really empowering, right? Okay. Who else wants to share, my friends? Just in case you just jumped on and you're like, what are we doing? We're just sharing our why. What is your why for your healthy habits, your exercise, nutrition? Why are you here? Why are you showing up? Short-term or long-term? And if it's something, I just want to fit into my pants again, that's okay too, because I have those goals postpartum for sure.
I'll go. That was one of my goals initially when I started to fit into my clothes again after my fourth baby. But I think it definitely has evolved, because once that was accomplished, it was like, okay, so why do I keep going, you know? And my heart is like beating really fast. So my husband's on a different trajectory. And so I just want my kids to have a parent, you know. I just want to be around for them. And the interesting thing is like, they're already picking up on those habits. Like they'll say things. And I think sometimes it's really hard for my husband to hear it, but maybe it'll resonate with him more hearing it from them than it has from me. But they'll just say things, and I think it's starting to make a difference in his life. Not so much that he's willing to change just yet, but yeah, my why is just so that I'm around for my kids' lives and that they have somebody to be there for all the big events in their lives. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. And I'll never forget, I was at a turbo kick class like 10 years ago, probably. And the instructor that I saw, she was one of those like tiny, energetic, like ripped, like I didn't know someone so small could have muscles so big type of person, but not like in a gross way. And her husband came. Yes, Peter. Okay. I need to get a tiger lily dress. Hold on. Pause for effect. Okay, but I will never forget, her husband was in there like recording, and he was like polar opposite. Like, one, she was short and he was tall. Two, she was white and he was Tongan. And three, he was probably 400 pounds and she was like maybe 110, right? And it was like, you guys are married? Like, holy cazoli, right? And it was one of those, oh my goodness, moments. But really, truly, like, I think sometimes it takes a really hard thing from the doctor or from the hospital to wake people up. Sometimes it takes a really good influence after 10 years of being really good influence, or maybe 2 years, or maybe whatever. Everyone is so different, right? But I really like all the good vibes. Seriously, Janeth, I think it's going to happen for you, that you will both be around. And how, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's every July they do like a Beachbody Classic. I don't know if that was the right word. Beachbody Challenge. That's the right thing. Beachbody Classic is like a bodybuilding competition. Beachbody Challenge. And they have like finalists, and the winners like win $100,000. And it's just people who have like a crazy weight loss story, and they've kept it off for at least, I think it has to be at least a year, maybe 6 months to a year for them to win. But I have like visions of my sister being one of those people one day. And so for me, it's not my spouse, but for me, it's my little sister, right? And she knows the trajectory of our lives. She knows our genes. She knows she has 2 sisters who are health coaches, right? Like, you know, but I have those, just one day she will wake up. I don't know what it's going to take, but I believe and have faith that one day she will. And I believe that it's going to happen for you too, Miss Janeth, especially like you said with your beautiful kids. Because I totally agree that sometimes they say stuff that wakes people up in a whole different way. We're having that awkward awesomeness right now where my kids see people who are smoking and they're like, why are they smoking? Don't they know they could die? It's like, I mean, they say that loud enough for the person smoking to hear or whatever, that I'm like, you're right. You're so right. But right. Oh, anyways, it's good. It's good. Paige said in the chat, she is working out for her mental health, and that's her why. Same girl, same. I love it. Okay. Who else wants to share? Yes, Stephanie, you go, girl.
Okay, sorry, my hair is fabulous. I just really dyed it. My why continually changes, and I never know what's going to come next. At first, first started with anything health related because I had 3 babies and it still looked like I'd had a baby and my clothes weren't fitting, and I just wanted to fit in my clothes again. And then it has changed from that into like, I just really needed a community with like-minded women. And so there it was. And then later down the road, like mental health was huge. I was in like a dark spot a year ago, and community and fitness like changed all of that for sure. And just the way I was able to cope and get through it. And like even now, I've been taking a self-defense course, which I love, and just had the owner approach me about becoming an instructor. And so like now it's opening opportunities, and it's just, it's evolving and it's changing, but no matter what it is, it's for good. And then like you guys have shared, like it's been an example for the people I love. Like 2 years ago, I shared at-home workouts with my mom when I was there for Christmas, and now her and her husband work out every day, and they're getting older and are getting healthier as they go. Like they get to stick around longer. So it changes all the time. My why continually changes, but it's always something good. And so it's something that I just keep finding the next good thing.
I love that so much. And one thing I wanted to share, just shouting out Steph real quick. She did a post today that, or maybe it was yesterday. I saw it today, where it was a side by side of her in this beautiful blue dress with a black cover thingy. And then next to it was just like this shablam, like red, sparkly, awesome dress, right? And she just talks in her caption about like black was a slimming color. And I lived in that for a while, because guess what? Maybe black really is slimming. But guess what? I don't like black. I like red and sparkly and shablam, right? She didn't use those words, but like basically her message was, I have the confidence now to have this awesome freaking dress because I'm living true to myself, right? And I love that. I love that so much, because I think sometimes the world turns our desire to be healthier into a bad thing of like, no, like you don't need to be skinny to be loved. Like, and that is so true. Please don't misunderstand me. You do not need to be skinny to be lovable. Okay. You do not need to be a size 2 or a size 6 or 130 pounds or whatever to be someone who has value. You also deserve to feel good in your skin. And that is not the same thing. Your worth and your value are always there, whether you're 350 pounds or 100 pounds and you actually want to gain weight. Your worth, your value is always there. And that has nothing to do with your desire to feel good in your skin and to have the energy you want and crave. I'm going to get all spiritual on you, but to be the person you were sent here to be, right? And when we live in this lie of, whatever, it's not worth it. I'm just going to keep eating the way I've been eating. I'm just going to keep living the way I've been living because whatever. What happened to my energy just even saying it, right? Those are when the days then that we sit on the couch and have way too many flaming hot Cheetos. If you're me, right? Maybe it's not flaming hot Cheetos, that's your fight, right? But the days when we step into that light and we do a program that lights our soul on fire and we choose cauliflower instead of ramen for lunch with Shakeology or something else, right? Those are the days when we're like, oh my gosh, like I'm ready to just change the world and help other people. And it doesn't just have to be in any one way, right? When we are more true to ourselves, and I know I've heard Jeanette say this before too, but when we do that idea of denying our natural man, denying that like humanness in us, and instead step into that, this is what my spirit wants. Like, this is what my soul wants. And when we step into that, everything changes. And not just our red sparkly dress either. Our confidence, our habits, our abilities, our love for others, our passion, our excitement to wake up in the morning, our energy, our friendships, our connection, our community, our marriage, our belief in ourselves and in others, everything changes when you're living at that level of, I'm going to do what my spirit wants versus I'm going to give in to what my body wants and what sounds good right now. Right. And this is way harder. Spoiler alert. Okay. But it's harder in a different way. It's actually way easier in a lot of ways. Right. Because then you live every day with your soul on fire instead of lethargic and meh. Right. Okay. I love this. I love you. Anybody else want to share before we wrap it up? Jess Levitt said, I'm tired of feeling stuck. Jess, if you can, unmute yourself, girlfriend. She said she works hard because she's tired of feeling stuck. She's driving. Okay, yes, be safe. She's tired of feeling stuck, so she works hard. And she does work hard. She was one of my first ever high fitness friends. And here she is with me now. Love her. Yes, Mandy, go girl.
I wasn't sure what to say because I have like a million pretty much everything you guys have said. A big one is like, yeah, our genes and me and my husband's families are both also not great. But my mom, she passed away almost a year ago from a disease that basically took her body away from her. And it was just a hereditary disease, kind of like MS and Parkinson's mixed together, if you want to imagine it. But it took away all her muscle, it took away her eyesight, took away her coordination, pretty much everything that you to function with. So as my life has changed, a lot of it has come back to that, and that I don't have to deal with that. And so I don't want to take for granted the body that I have been given. Because I feel like because that's not a trial I'm going to have to deal with, I want to help other people. I have to I had to take care of her. There's a lot of other family members that have it. And so, yeah, a big part of mine is that I'm capable of doing this. I'm capable of being healthy. I was going down a wrong path of very not healthy. So at first it was like physical changes I wanted to have. But that has driven me. And then also now like finally being able to gain muscle and actually seeing that happen is also making my mind so much stronger and confident. And I feel like there's people that are like, well, a lot of people are like, who is this Mandy? Because we do not know who this is. And I'm like, yeah, you better watch out. So there's a lot of whys, but it's just been like so rewarding, and I'm just like so excited to keep going.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love what you said about, what I am capable. And so I'm just going to live every day with that gratitude of I can. And honestly, that's exactly how I feel about pregnancy, because I know that not everyone can work out when they're pregnant. And so that's a huge part of my why in pregnancy is just, I can, so I will. And I'm going to be grateful every day that I can, right? And not rub it into other people's faces, of course, but just really be super grateful that this is what I have been blessed with. And so living in that gratitude. I love it. I love it. Okay. Anybody else want to share anything before I let you go? Okay. All right, my friends. Well, I love you. I love you. I love you. If you're on the recording, I'll see you later. If you're on live, stay on live for just a sec. We'll take a picture and then I'll let you go. Bye, recording friends. Out. Wait. Let's wait. Pause before I just say bye. Remember, I don't know if you heard that, but somebody just fell outside. But remember above all else that no matter what your why is, whether it's short-term, long-term, whether it's, I just want to fit into my pants again. I just want to feel good in my skin again. I want to be able to defend myself. I want to feel not stuck anymore. I want to have this emotional freedom. I want my mental health back, whatever. Okay. Whatever your why is, it's not wrong for one thing. And number two, you are absolutely worth it. You are absolutely worth it. And the people in your life that will be blessed and changed because you believe in yourself more, because you love yourself more, is absolutely worth it. Okay. So one of my mantras for this year is I am worth the time it takes to feel amazing. And that's not just working out and eating healthy. That's also, I'm worth the time it takes to shower and get ready. I'm worth the time it takes to go to therapy because that makes me feel amazing, right? Or meet with my therapist on Zoom. I am worth the time it takes to listen to my affirmations every day. I am worth the time it takes to listen to personal development because it makes me feel good. I am worth the time it takes to blah, da, 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 whatever, because it makes me feel good and I deserve to feel amazing. Okay. So do you. And as you feel amazing, the people in your life will be blessed. Yes. So I love you. Keep showing up. And I'll see you later, recording friends.